Magandang hapon mga kababayan. Bago natin simulan ang ating programa, gusto po namin bumati sa magandang binibining kaibigan natin na si Buko Bomba. Maligayang bati sa iyo. At simulan na natin ang ating programa with our news from Asian Journal.
Asian Journal, the leading Filipino-American newspaper since 1991.
Ayan na po at simulan na natin ang ating programa with our news from Asian Journal. Hello, Annie.
Hello, G, at magandang hapon sa iyo.
Magandang hapon din. Maraming pag-uusapan, lalo na tungkol kay Duterte.
Oo, maraming balita tungkol sa kanya ngayon. So let's start with our stories. Duterte wants U.S. troops out of Mindanao. President Rodrigo Duterte has urged the withdrawal of the remaining United States troops from the southern Philippines, acting on this administration's goal for a more independent foreign policy. Duterte, a vocal critic of the U.S. and its policies, said in a speech that the American soldiers are responsible for inciting tensions within the Muslim community. However, on Tuesday, September 13, he clarified his remarks, saying that the Philippines is not going to cut security ties with the U.S. The U.S. State Department also stated that Manila has not sent an official demand asking for U.S. military personnel to leave the area. American troops were deployed in 2002 to provide combat and information sharing training and resources to Filipino troops to battle Abu Sayyaf insurgents in Mindanao who were in cahoots with Al-Qaeda. Most American military personnel withdrew in February 2015, but a group of advisors remained.
All right, and we just want to say that when it comes to Duterte, it seems like he's always clarifying what he's saying. Diba? Bumabalik at bumabalik. May nag-comment po sa atin na viewer na political show ba ang Kababayan Today? We do the news and we report on things that are happening in the Philippines, so naturally we will talk about what is happening in the Philippines. So, let's move on to our second story. Si Duterte na naman.
The palace's Duterte didn't give the green light for Veloso's execution. President Rodrigo Duterte did not give his go-ahead for Mary Jane's Veloso's execution, Malacanang clarified on Monday, September 12. The Philippine president was in Indonesia last week to meet with President Joko Widodo to discuss various topics, including the 2010 case of the 31-year-old Filipina who was supposed to be executed last year for allegedly smuggling heroin. Presidential spokesman Ernesto Abella said that Duterte simply said that he would respect Indonesia's laws and that asking for clemency would leave a bad taste in the mouth because his administration has been so vocal against drugs.
Okay, but what I can say about this is she was a mule. She wasn't even a user. You know, she wasn't those drugs were planted on her at na-approve ito. So, I don't understand bakit ganun.
It's actually legally multi-layered, hindi ba? Kasi kung talagang mabibigyan siya ng clemency, bakit hindi pa siya napakawalan before? So, I guess people are probably pointing in the wrong direction para lang siya mapalaya o hindi siya ma-execute. Nagkaroon ng stay, di ba? Hindi siya na-execute right away. Pero, paano kaya ito?
Oo nga. Okay, let's move on to better news. Tama na itong mga storyang ganito, di ba? Better news, Annie?
Yes, Governor Brown expands overtime pay for farm workers. In a historic move, California Governor Jerry Brown signed into a law a measure that grants thousands of agricultural workers overtime pay. Previously, laws prohibited paying farm workers for overtime unless they work more than 10 hours a day or 60 hours a week. Thanks to the passing of AB 1066, that threshold will be lowered by a half hour each year for 4 years starting on 2019. This means that by 2022, farm workers will be guaranteed overtime pay if they work more than 8 hours a day or 40 hours a week, a standard in other industries, but a first in the state's agricultural workforce. Filipino-American Assemblymember Rob Bonta, a fervent supporter of farm workers' rights, thanked Brown on Twitter, saying overtime pay is a reality for those who put food on our tables.
All right, Annie, thank you so much for being here and sharing the news with Asian Journal.
Thank you, G.
All right, and before we go, I just want to tell all of you that Throw Me on the Burn Pile and Light Me Up opens tonight at the Kirk Douglas Theater. Make sure that you get tickets. You can go to their website, which is centertheatergroup.org, as well as a view from the bridge. I will be there watching a view from the bridge tonight at the Amundsen Make sure to get tickets at centertheatergroup.org. Magbabalik kami dito sa Kababayan Today.